Hey Love Tankers, it's your girl Jasmine Cruz back with another episode of Tank Fillers. This episode is going to be about boundaries in the relationship. And I want to emphasize this topic because this is definitely something that has been coming to me quite often. A realization that I've had last year. And most importantly, I feel like we are allowing people to suck our energy and steal from us. But wait, you are allowing it to happen, and it must be talked about today. So, Love Tankers, thank you so much for joining me each week for these tank filler episodes. Tank fillers are essential to Love Tank. We want to make sure that we are still giving you something weekly so that we can fill your love tank and give you guys something that you can cherish through the week and challenge you to do things differently. Boundaries. Why is it so hard for us to set boundaries in our relationships? Why is it that we allow boundary leeches to suck the energy out of us and we are looking behind us like, wow, where did our energy go? Lastly, we are allowing these people to steal from us something so important and so precious. So my challenge for you this week is to start understanding how boundaries, first, I want to talk about a few things. Boundaries, how do they fit in your life? And what do boundaries look like? Because most importantly, when we think about boundaries, we always think about the negative when it comes to a relationship. Relationships can absolutely work if you set boundaries. And this is just to give you a few key steps so that you have the tools to understand what boundaries are and how they can be implemented. Now, of course, I don't know your life. I don't know what you need to eliminate or where you need to set boundaries. So what I am saying is first understand how you can actually have a boundary implemented in your life. And what I mean by that, you know your life and your daily life has definitely been a lot different due to COVID, due to the way of the world now. But what I want you to understand is how does it fit in your life? So if you're married, you know, us married people, we are so accustomed to our rituals and our systems that we've built and the repetitiveness of things. Yes, us married people. So we get so stuck and so in tune with repetitiveness of the things of our life that we sometimes forget that how important it is to set boundaries. And if you're dating, you spend majority of your time trying to get to know another person. And I feel like I'm in a race car. Okay, for those who are on the podcast, I'm literally sitting in a race car chair and it has me feeling so race car-ish. This is what happens when you are stuck in the house and you want to go race cars and you can't. Anyways, let me not get sidetracked. Zoom. Okay, that's all I have. So when you're in a dating relationship, what happens is you spend majority of your time trying to get to know another person. Let me bring this back to the book club. Okay, singles, you spend majority of your time trying to get to know another person, and what happens is all you're doing is sitting on the phone, learning another person, forgetting who you are, not setting boundaries, literally engulfed in this other person, getting to know them. So what I challenged my book club this week were to ask themselves questions And yes, we did talk a lot about boundaries because this chapter that we discussed was about singleness and what singleness means. So to my singles, please understand the importance of boundaries and ask yourself questions once you've already identified where boundaries need to be set in your life. Singles, I'm talking to you. It's important to remember who you are in the sense of your likes, your dislikes about yourself, what you've learned, what you love to do for fun, what you enjoy eating, what you don't enjoy eating. Because what happens is you're so engulfed and in tune with trying to learn this other person that you forget about yourself. Okay? You not only forget about yourself in the sense of understanding who you are, you kind of start to fade and love the things that they love because you want to make a good impression. We're human. We've all done it. Okay? Now, singles, if you are somebody wants to talk to you, it's easy for us to say, oh no, it's okay, but we could be friends. But then for a second, you could have said, no, I'm not interested. I'm actually working on myself right now. I really have a lot going on. I need to focus on the things that I'm doing. How easy is it to be vulnerable and honest about you not wanting to engage in energies that are not necessary because you know better. You know what you want to say, but you're afraid of saying the truth. You don't need to guard their feelings. What happens is we get so caught up with trying to protect them, but in reality, we're wasting their time because you don't even want to be their friend, but yet you have not set the right boundary with your own energy. So let me say this. Instead of setting boundaries with people, how about you become one with yourself and set a boundary for your own energy? We don't even have to bring people in it. If it's too difficult for you to face right now. Okay, we touched on married, we're touching on singles. We're all one band, one sound when it comes to Lovetank. Boundaries are important. And the reason why I wanted to talk about boundaries today and now is for the very reason that we are so caught up in all of the things of the world that our energy is all over the place. Our emotions are all over the place. We are pulled here, we're pulled here, we're pulled here, and we're going up and we're going down and we're shrinking and we're shriveled and then we're open again and then we're closed again. We're afraid, we're trying to stay away, we don't know what to do, we're pulled in, we're pulled out, we're on our phones, we're looking all over the place. I want us to protect this. All you have is your own being. If you need to set boundaries with your family, with your coworkers, with your management, with your friends, with your parents, with your spouse, with whomever, it is very necessary and very, 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 very heightenedly important right now because of all those pulls. Our energy is being sucked out and it's just coming and coming and it's all over the place and we're just all over the place and everything's all over the place and boom, we can just lose it. So I felt that boundaries were necessary for us. I even have to start setting boundaries within my own environments. Some people will not understand the boundaries that you set. Some people will not respect your boundaries. But remember this, you are not here for people's respect and what they approve of, because your space, your energy, your well-being, your mental, that is so important. This world has so much going on in a very big way, in a very huge, evil way, if I can just say it what it is. And if we're not setting these boundaries in our dating relationships, in our marriages, in all of these other sectors, we don't have control over this. I'm fasting right now for 21 days. And if I don't set the boundaries that are necessary during my fast so that I can be elevated to a higher frequency, I lose on my own because I should have set those boundaries. So once you've already identified where boundaries set in, 2, understand whom you need to set those boundaries with. And 3, it's simple. Do it. Set the boundary. Set it for your own self, for the benefit of your well-being. If it's not for anything else, because of the state of the world, we have to start thinking differently. We have to move differently. We have to guard differently. We have to protect differently. Everything is different. You do it for you, as I will for me. This week, I challenge you those 3 things. Understand where boundaries fit, whom you need to set boundaries with, and set them. Filling your love tank takes the most unique set of energy. It takes work. It takes faith. Filling your tank is constant. So this is your tank filler. Go fill your love tank, guys. Love tankers, you owe it to yourself. Go fill your love tank. Do it now. It's your girl, Jasmine Cruz. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your wisdom, your energy, and I appreciate the fact that you are willing to be a love tanker and change the life of others with love. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this tank filler is fruitful and multiplies. Share it with your friends and your family because boundaries are necessary, whether you like it or not. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Have a great week. Bye.